In this video, we are going to focus on trade and settlement discounts, how they are calculated, and how do we record them in the journals of a business. The trade and settlement discounts mostly come out of learning units 4, 5, and 6 of your textbook. These are the learning unit outcomes for learning unit 5. But remember at the end of each learning unit to go through the outcomes and to make sure that you can answer a question based on each of these outcomes. So as I said, in this particular video, our focus will be on the two types of discounts that we can find in the business. The first type of discount is your so-called trading discount, and this discount is offered to your customers to entice them to buy more. So with other words, we tell the customer if they buy 10,000 units, we will give them 2% discount. If they buy 50,000 units, we will give them 5% discount. So we're enticing them to buy more of our product by offering them a discount. And then the other type of discount we come across in our textbook is the so-called settlement discount. And this discount we offer our customers to get them to pay us sooner. So with other words, this discount is offered to your debtors so that your debtors will pay you sooner. Or creditors can also offer this discount to get their debtors to pay them sooner. So let's begin by first looking at your trading discounts. And as I said, your trading discounts are the ones that we're going to offer our customers to entice them to buy more of our product. Now, the key thing to know with a trading discount is when we record either the sale or the purchase, because our suppliers can also offer us trade discounts to get us to buy more of their product, we always record it at the amount after the discount. So we're either going to record the sale or the purchase after we had already subtracted the discount that was offered. So let's look at this example. We're selling inventory at 15,000 rands, and we're giving a 2.5% trade discount. Quickly just get your calculator and see if you can work out what amount do we need to record in, say for example, this was a cash sale. At which amount are you going to record the cash sale in your cash book receipts? Okay, so we're going to record the cash sale at 13,650 rands because that is the amount after subtracting the 2.5% discount. Okay, so we're not going to use the 14,000 in our cash book. We are going to use the amount after the discount. And that will be the same whether we buy or sell these items. If it's done at a trade discount, we always use the price after subtracting the discount. Now, the next thing we need to look at is how does these trade discounts impact our cost of sales calculation? And if you want to follow on, you can look in your textbook now at example 5.1 and specifically the transaction that took place on the 8th. On the 8th, there was a sale of inventory and there was a 2.5% trade discount. Right, so we've already said that we're going to record the sale at the amount minus the discount. But now we also need to work out the cost of sales for this particular transaction. And for this particular transaction, there was a markup of 50% on the cost price. So we're going to work out the cost of sales. For the cost of sales, we are going to take out the markup. We also take out the VAT. And if you are still struggling with your markup and VAT calculations, please go back and re-watch the 2 short video recordings. There's one dedicated to VAT calculations and one to markup calculations. But what I really want to show you today is the amount that we're going to use to calculate the cost of sales will be the 14,000. So we are going to use the value before subtracting that trade discount. Okay, so that's the key thing that you need to take away from this video recording, is that when we work out the cost of sale, we revert back to the original amount. So if you look in that example 5.1 cash book receipts, you will see here this sales number. This is the sale minus the VAT and minus your trade discount. But over here, where I calculate the cost of sale, I go back and I use the full 14,000. Okay, so I'm not basing the cost of sale on this number here. I go back to the original amount before we offered that 2.5% trade discount. There's also a similar example in the debtors journal, for example 5.1, and that one takes place on the 11th. So you can also go and look in the debtors journal where we record the credit sales, and you'll see once again that this sales number over here is the amount already minus the trade discount. But when we come over here and we work out the cost of sale, we revert back to the amount before the trade discount. So this is a very important principle that you just need to note when we work with trade discounts. Okay, so in this slide, we just say that the fact that there was a trade discount does not change the original cost of the item. That's why when I work out the cost of sales, I go back to the original value before the trade discount to be able to work out the cost of sale. Here I've just listed for you a few entries that you can go and check in example 5.1, where this principle of trade discounts is also demonstrated. So these two, the cash book receipt and debtors journal, will have the cost of sale entries with it as well. And then this one, the credit purchase, that will obviously not have a cost of sales. This was just a credit purchase with a trade discount. Now, the second lot of discounts that we said we come across in learning units 4 and 5 is your so-called settlement discounts. And these are the ones that we offer our customers, or particularly our debtors, to pay us sooner. Please, if you can just take note that if you're using the older versions of the textbook, so before 2018, then you need to make some changes to your settlement discount entries because we have updated the textbook. So the newer textbooks are fine. It's just if you use the older versions of the textbook. So let's look at this one. So we have a debtor that is currently owing us 4,600 rands. We then give the debtor a discount of 460 rands because they've now paid us sooner than we've hoped. And now we need to record this in our different journals. So first up, the cash that we are paid by the debtor, that will be a cash receipt. So we will record that in our cash book receipts. Okay, so in our cash book receipts, there we will record the actual cash received from the debtor. But the discount portion, so in this transaction, there was 460 rands of discounts. that portion we are going to record in the general journal. That's the entry that I want to show you now. Okay, so this is the general journal entry for when we as the business grant a discount to one of our debtors. We are going to debit sales, we're going to debit input VAT, and we are going to credit the debtor. And you can see it's only with the amount of the discount. And don't forget your narration when you do a general journal entry. If you are struggling with your general journal entries, please go and look at our other recording where we've done a short recording just on general journal entries. So please refer back to that video if you're struggling with your general journal entries. At home, you can try again, as I said, example 5.1, the general journal entry on the 11th. You can try that one. And then in question 5.4, there's actually 3 different entries on a settlement discount granted that you can go and practice. Remember again, at the back of your textbook, in Annexure A are the solutions to all the textbook questions. So once you've practiced these entries, go and check yourself against those answers. Then, as I said earlier, it's also possible that our creditors will offer us discounts if we settle our accounts with them early. So in this particular example, we owed our creditor 9,500 rands. We pay them 8,695 rands, and that cash payment we will record in the cash book payments. Okay, so the actual cash payment goes into cash book payments. But then there's still this small amount here, the 805, which is the discount now that we have received from our creditor. And that discount we are going to record in our general journal. So in the general journal, our entry is going to look like this. We are going to debit our creditors control, and we're going to credit our output VAT and our inventory. So you can see again, this credit control amount here, the 805, that is just the discount portion that we are going to record in our general journal. The other thing that you just need to take note of, this specific entry is for a business that uses the perpetual inventory system. And therefore, this credit entry here goes to the inventory account. Okay, so this particular entry is for a perpetual inventory system. When we get to Learning Unit 6 and we also show you the periodic inventory system, then you will see that if the business was to use the periodic inventory system, we will tweak our general journal entry a little bit, and instead of using inventory here for the credit side of the entry, we are going to use the purchases account. Okay, so that is for a business that uses the periodic inventory system. Once we're done with Learning Unit 6, you need to be able to do the journals for both of the inventory systems. Again, you can go and practice at home, either from your entries from example 5.1, or you can continue with question 5.4, where there are 3 entries dealing specifically with settlement discounts received from creditors. As I said earlier, remember your answers are at the back of your textbook in Annexure A. How to be successful in first semester accounting? Remember, attend as many classes as you can, work at home outside of class time. And when you work at home, then do questions like that question 5.4 that I mentioned earlier. Make sure that you understand all the entries. If you don't, please take the time to reach out to your lecturer and don't fall behind. That is your key to success this semester. When I say work at home, uh, some excellent examples that I would highly recommend that you do at home are the examples contained in Learning Units 4 and 5. These are very comprehensive examples covering all your journals, your general ledger accounts, and even your trial balance. So please take some time to practice these examples. Remember, if you have any problems, please reach out to your lecturer. Either talk to them during your class time or before or after class, or write them a quick email so that they can help you with any topics that you are not sure about. Okay, so remember, it's important that you must use your Accounting 1A textbook. So please make sure that you are working through your textbook, doing all the examples and doing all the textbook questions. A video like this is only a teaching aid, and it's just really meant to support your textbook. First and foremost, make sure you are using your textbook and the notes provided by your lecturer.